ahead and use them. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Hey guys, welcome to my next review. This is the KO version, but this is of the MP-25 tracks. So like I said, this is the KO version of the Takara, but it's pretty much one for one. So let's take a look at the box. So it does say it's Takara Tomy instead of Takara Tomy. So at least they're not like, you know, trying to play off it, that it's a legitimate version. But yeah, like I said, so this is the KO. And then, I mean, pretty much it's exact replica of the Takara box. So let's see what's inside. All right, so here's what we have in the box. So we have tracks. So let's take a look at tracks. So even though it's a KO, it does have the Autobot insignia on it. Doesn't line up the best. Kind of some paint defects right there. But so yeah, here's the bottom of it. And then the accessories it comes with is a little miniature blaster. A weapon, the gun for when he's in flight mode. Oh, why can't I remember this guy's name? Raul. So a slug figure of Raul from that one episode. The blaster. And then here's the instructions, and inside the instructions is the card. And then there are some rear view mirrors that are on like a sprue, and you can plug them in. 2 sets of them. I never installed them because you really can't see them in robot mode. And then it also comes with a flight stand. So yeah, car's pretty decent car. It rolls decent enough. But yeah, so that's all for accessories. All right, so first things first, let's see, tilt the camera down. I should have done that before. But let's get tracks into flight mode. So first thing you want to do is you want to separate the rear end from the car. Get that pulled out like that. And then is what we're going to do. We're going to flip out the arms. And then you want to pull them out to this position. And then from behind, let's see if I can get a good shot of it. You want to bring that down like that. Bring that up like that. And then you want to rotate the arms so this yellow and red piece is on top. And then that tabs into the side of the car. Do the same thing with this side. Just kind of straighten out the arm. This is his arm. Tab that in. Kind of straighten that out. Now you kind of want to fold the wings out like this. So that way you can push the vertical wings through the top of the rear of the car. And then these little rockets kind of pull up. It wasn't lodged in there. So you pull those up like that. Of course, I just pushed it back up. So then we're going to reposition. Let's get the wings out of the way. The rear of the car, put it back in position. And then the wings are just going to fold up like this. And there's the flight mode. Oh, you know, one of the things I didn't show off, so there's some like features to the car. The hood can pop open and you can see what's under the hood. But yeah, so here's flight mode. And then, so what you can do is you can bring the base in, and then there's a hole right here, and you can peg the car into that, and you can use the stand for flight mode. So yeah, there's a good look at the alternate flight mode. Oh, and then one other thing. So you take the gun. I forgot about this. This gun just pegs in. It should. There's like a lip. There's tabs at it. Maybe. There we go. And yeah. Alright, so let's get him into robot mode. Alright, so let's get him transformed into robot mode. So let's take the turret in the front off. Untab the arms. Untab the rear of the car. So what we want to do is rotate that, kind of get it out of the way. Rotate these cannons, or missiles, or whatever they are, to the side like that. And this bit kind of rotates as well. Next up, kind of pull these arms forward, and then they're gonna tilt up like that. So let's work on the arms. So first, flick that panel, and then what's gonna happen is when you rotate the hands, that's gonna fit in that slot like that. Same thing, rotate, flip up, rotate. So now we have the arms done. Next up, let's flip this up. You know, one thing that didn't show, but so his blaster can store in here in alt mode. It just tabs in. Now everything came undone, but those tab there, and then if you want, you can store blaster in here as well. Blaster would tab in here as well, but you can't do both of them at the same time. Blaster kind of tabs in into that slot. But anyways, so next up, you want to flip the door panels from these side panels, and then these will flip up. But as we're doing that, let's get his head out. You want his head out first. So his head is, so you're gonna bring this back down again to get that head to, there. Once you get the head out, then you it tabs like so. So back to these panels. So there is a tab right here. Maybe you can't see it on the door, and a slot on his back. And those doors tab in just like that. And then now we can tab this in. Oh, and this spins around to display his Autobot insignia. And then these tab in to these like slots on his shoulder. And then once you have the chest tabbed in, then these on like the back side of the car are supposed to tab in to these side panels. Oh, it's these side panels. So this slot right here, and this one goes in this slot. And then you kind of push the wings down a little bit and flatten that out. So that kind of secures the backpack. Next up, we're going to do the legs. So separate and then actually rotate 360. Now, next thing you want to do is take the hood panel. It slides down like that. Then you pull this fender out. That frees up the foot, and then you can rotate it. And then the foot has a tab, and then there's a slot. It's supposed to slot in. Mine's not wanting to tab in. I don't want to break it, so Let's just leave it like that. Then you collapse that back in. Take this panel, bring it around, spin it. You rotate this panel, and then you can rotate this the rest of the way. And that's the front of his leg. Same thing on the opposite side. Bring the hood down, pull out this panel, rotate the foot out, rotate the whole panel. Be better to rotate this panel now. Then collapse it. I can't get that tab to go in. I'm not going to force it. So bring this around. And there's tracks in robot mode. So let's clean them up and then show off robot mode. All right, so let's go over articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so you can get all the typical wiggles. You can go side to side, front, not too far, back a little bit more, and then you can do a 360, full 360. Shoulders and arms are kind of limited. The arms can't go up that high. There's a bicep swivel, ratcheted single jointed elbow, but you can't get 90 degrees. There is a mushroom peg wrist swivel. No movement in the thumb. All the fingers are merged together, and they are at a hinge joint. Waist rotation, no crunch. There is a front hip skirt, and the legs can go up to there. That is. And then back that far. Can do the full splits. Does have a thigh rotation. Ratcheted knees, but you can't get 90 degrees. Ankle pivot. The feet can go back. Feet can go forward. It's a good range of motion there. And then if you want, you can articulate the wings if you want them different configurations. And then these rockets are on a ball joint, and they can move. So yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. And then, like typical Masterpiece, his blaster is tabbed. His hand has a slot, and it's a tight fit. And his blaster can go in his hand like so. And if you want, he does have pegs on his backside, and you could use the stand if you want to kind of give you like a dynamic pose. So yeah, there's that. All right, so let's move on to my final thoughts. You know what? I didn't show this really when I was going over the figure, but so there is a lot of gappiness from his backpack and just his back. The back kind of cleans up a little bit nice because of how the door panels fold in, but this is the reason why I went with Star Toys to upgrade my Masterpiece version of tracks. Like, this is a solid toy. Just because it's a KO doesn't mean that, you know, this is the reason why, you know, why there's some loose issues, or the Takara is no better, like the original version. So it's just the design flaw for this figure. Now, there is some cool transformation, like how the legs transform, and even how the arms, like, I think it's cool how the little intake kind of fits into the crevice that is that aren't in his arms. So there is some cool engineering in this. It's just, it fell short compared to the Star Toys. And the Star Toys is rough to transform, but it looks a heck of a lot better in all three modes. But definitely, if you can find a good KO at a decent price, I would say I would go. There's nothing wrong with that. there's nothing wrong with this taking the place of your tracks. But the KO, I think, is a lot better to go in with the official, just price-wise. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like this video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Comment, share the video. Also, check me out. I am on all sorts of other social medias, sharing Transformer news or just action figure news in general, on my Instagram, my TikTok, X, Facebook page, and actually I live stream on Twitch. All those are links in the bio, so if you could follow those sites as well. And I appreciate everybody for joining. Have fun. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.